realizes he's going to have to be more consistent if he wants to get anywhere in this hobby. Proceeds to not make a video for 2 weeks. Hashtag winning. You know, I've been trying to get attacked by phantoms for, I think, 2 weeks here on the server, and it's just not happening. What are you doing, buddy? Not that there's anything that, they drop. I would like to get another head. Who doesn't want to get a head? What are you doing? Look, pal, if you can't figure out what's going on here, maybe it's just best for both of us that you leave. So, this project, we're on what, like month 3? I have never dragged my ass this hard on anything in my life. Well, maybe a couple papers in college, but that's beside the point. Well, here we are. Took the roof out so I could see what I was doing. That up there is a 1 block thick layer of whatever I had and natural stone to keep the ocean from pouring in on top of us, because I needed to see what I was doing with these arches before I could go any further. This is a bad angle. Let's try over here. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to do that. It's going to be some form of sorcery. I'll probably have to ask Cortez how to do it, or just get him to, because I guarantee that's a week worth of... If you watch anything and you saw the disaster that was the redstone hooking this place up, it's probably for the best I ask someone to make that work the way it's supposed to. Anyway, so this is going to be the side you come in, so something I'll need to have a big arch here. For the most part, I have to figure out what I got to do with each of the walls. Right now, we have 3G. I think this is the only slime chunk I have to worry about, and it ends right there. So as long as I don't put a solid block right here. Yeah, if slimes could spawn, they'd be spawning on that platform fairly constantly. So I don't think I have to worry about it. I probably put either the farm or the enchanting area over there, along with the bed and some other stuff in case someone wants to stay down here. This, I had to take the roof off to see what was going on, because I with the roof there, I had no idea what I was up against, and it took me a day just to get that consistent on all 4 sides. I had a plan to bring it in a little bit further here and then decrease the size of this. I didn't think it looked good. These arches will come up like that, and I'll somehow engineer kind of a hole in the middle so you can see up, and I don't want to put flat glass. Flat glass is boring. Plus with what's up here, I think flat glass would be the best option. Climbing a ladder. So here, this is what's up here right now. Got a conduit, courtesy of Cortez's fish farm. No, that's not. That's Danny's Trident farm. That's right. So just mostly so it wasn't working in pitch blackness. That is where the farm is under there. Okay. That's going to be an issue. Because whenever I texture out how what's going to happen here, a lot of that's going to have to leave. But I don't see a point in carving it up now, given that I haven't got any plans for up here yet. These sides will come up a bit, right? So they'll come up a bit, and then maybe arch back down like that. Kind of domey here in the middle, or something. I honestly don't know. I've been beating up on this project for 3 months now, it is it's consuming everything and kind of screwing up my desire to do things right now. So on that note, I'm going to step away from it for just a bit because I have to do something else to clear my head on this. Otherwise, I'll obsess about it and I'll never get anything done. And it'll just sit here being an unfinished mess. That looks okay from here, right? Like you can see it. So as long as I do something interesting. And then somewhere around, probably around over here, because this is the kind of the side. Let's go over here. It's the closest edge of the island to it. I don't know what's going on with the tree. I couldn't tell you what's going on with the tree. But I think what I'll do is we're going to take advantage of this structure here that Angel has left for us. We'll put a big kind of gateway. And then, obviously not straight, because if I went straight out that way, I'd completely overshoot the farm. So it's have to go down and turn. We'll make it look like a cave up to a point. And then... oh, you actually can't see it from out here. Some kind of cave up to a point, and then maybe like an abandoned room off of that thing. Like it's some Atlantean ruin that's just sitting there. Oh, I'm about to scuff it up a bit, but I'm not sure what with what. There aren't a lot of good blocks to scuff up an Atlantean build. But, you know, a tunnel down there, off to the thing. Maybe a few spots where it points out, you know, where stuff pops up. Little bits of light. Just sort of a trail out there. I think that'll look cool once I get the rest of it worked on. And like I said, I'm going to have to step aside for... just get away from it for a while. And to that, I know pretty much what... well, the first thing we're going to do is let the server restart, because I made the mistake of being on just before that. I'll see you back at my base. Ah, yeah, back at the base. I haven't done anything with this place lately, and part of that's because of that big dumb project over there. So, in order to step away from that, well, first I'm going to sleep, because I didn't realize what time it was. Where are we? There we are. Maybe I'll wait a little while before going outside. Go away. No, no, sir. I'm not interested in Watchtower. Thank you. So this, I'm not sure. I'm sure I've shown this. This goes all the way up and up and up and up and up and up to right here. This is the last remaining patch of ground. Scratch my head. Where ground level used to be before this project started. This here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is, it's kind of built around it now. But you can tell that was the tree I saved. The ladder used to go up that side there with that sideways turned log before I had to move this the whole everything. Get up here. So right here, these are untouched leaves. This is the very top of the tree I used to stand on to remind myself what I was doing. And that takes me all the way up top. Way, way up top. Got the really big view. So this tree, I decided to save. Mostly because I had a ladder running up it. Literally, because I had a ladder running up it was but the only reason I felt like saving it. If I had an ender pearl on me, that would be great, but I don't. I have to take down that Christmas gift. Give me a minute here. Well, that took a little bit. Here's our here's our gift from Griff. 60 emerald, 10 diamond, some redstone, bunch of iron, bunch of gold, which I will tell you the truth, I can kind of use. I'm a little, oh, let's get this there. A little broke on a couple of things. Why have I got, I don't know why I've got obsidian in here. And gold. That project over there kind of beat me up on a few things. Not to mention the whole constantly wear and tear on my tools. I might need that. But I guarantee we're going to find some way. We're going to find some way to give all this wool back to Griff somehow. I'm sure he'll love it. As long as we give it back in a format he'll enjoy, right? So, that tree. I needed some excuse to that tree to still be there. And looking at what's going on in spawn, yeah, it's going to be a giant tree. Not like a complete giant tree, like not all the way from down here, whip up like that. Because something like that would have been in the lore of having carved out this giant pit mine. They would have just cut that one tree down. So that tree had to have a reason to be there. I'm thinking that what I need here is a big pillar of obsidian that the tree sat on. And it's like, well, we can't, there's no point in cutting the tree down. We can't, you know, it's growing on top of this big chunk of obsidian that we can't mine out. So they just left it there. And then over time it would grow down and grow a bunch of roots and stuff. And I'll put some grass and that down here. The problem comes, I've never built anything quite that, what's the word, organic. Like this pit mine might look like the kind of thing that would have been built organically. It is, I will tell you right now, it is essentially a bit of math. On the other side of all of those blocks is the river. Then it's down, out, roughly the same amount of blocks all the way, down, out, and down. It's a simple progression. That ramp over there that goes all the way up, and then the one that goes to here and then up like that. They're really the only things that sort of look organic around here. The rest are all just things that were done because of the surroundings, right? Like this giant pit over here full of gold ore and stuff like that. This was a slime chunk. That oasis over there was one. I've got, I think, like what, I've got 1, 2, like 4 more slime chunks to cover up. Not quite sure how. That zombie spawner's got to do something. Damned if I know what. But I guess first thing I got to do is figure out how high we are, and that'll tell me how far out I need to come. So right now we're at Y, so that's Y29 at my feet. Right? Up to, we're already past 20 blocks. 30. 40 blocks. So we're 40 high. Oh, let's see. So a good progression would be what? One every 7 or 8? If we went 8, that's 5 progressions out. From... Shut up, chair. This platform is going to wind up having to change too. So if we wanted... grow this out a bit. And this doesn't really matter. Like the tree is going to overhang everything, right? Almost lost all of those vines. I don't know what I would do without all of those vines. And I guess as long as our platform isn't, like, you know, perfectly symmetrical, that's probably fine too. So that core of the tree, I want to come out from here. So right here, I gotta write this stuff down, and I'll be back in a minute because I'm gonna totally forget this by the time I get back down there. Okay, there's the rough dimensions of the platform up top. So if we come out 5 on each side, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's gonna have to leave. That's gonna give us a very, very big base. 1, 2, 3. Okay, look, flea bat. Okay, you're very close to being donated to C3 and D4 here in a minute. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I've said, this is why I typically don't record myself building, because it's not very interesting. 5. And then some basic kind of circle geometry to get us here. That. And this is very, very rough right now. That's going to be there. It's your size. Don't worry. Don't worry. Still wearing it. It's still an atrocity against fashion. Alright, so that's our base. And then every 8 up or so we would go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think from here, probably we'd make this kind of regular and then carve it out afterwards, like, you know, 1 or 2 up or down. This goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I said 8. 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close enough. And we'll just slowly play our kneecaps on the way down, because feather falling 4 is the greatest thing ever. So that's an idea how big that's going to be. And it's not going to be solid, obviously. Like, this isn't something. This could never be solid. The next issue is the sheer amount of obsidian I'm going to need. I got about 6 or 8 stacks. I got absolutely bored one day. You have no idea how bored. I had nothing better to do. And I was just watching everyone's videos and decided, you know what, I'm just going to farm an absolute mountain of obsidian. And I'm already out of dirt. I brought like 3 stacks of dirt on me and it's already gone. Talk about planning. Whack. Yeah, that's definitely way too regular. But I'll have to build the whole tower first. Like, I'll have to build the whole tower, like frame it out of dirt. And then, you know, one side will arc up and the other side will kind of arc down and waffle back and forth and things like that. And then when I get to the top, the tree will have to come out and around. And now that we've got stuff like bark blocks, roots are really easy to make. I'll probably have to go stare at the tree at Spawn Town for a while for some good inspiration. I'm going to frame this all out in dirt. And now that I think about it, I should have gone in one more. Because we're going to cover this, we're going to clad it in obsidian. Yep, I screwed up. I'll be back in about an hour when I've got it all figured out. Alright, had to go to maximum shading and fancy blocks. Otherwise, that was a giant one-color blob of dirt. However, I think I did a decent job of roughing it up a little bit here and there. Yeah, it's got to come all the way back. Where here? There, it's mostly closed in. There's a couple spots that I forgot to, and I don't feel like climbing back up. But I can fix that when I get up there. Pretty sure I did a decent job of that. And then every here and there, we'll add some grass blocks. You know, some grass, maybe a little bit of lighting. I'm not going to go with lava. Use lava if you want some. Lava and obsidian is what you use when you want to make something look threatening. This isn't threatening. This is going to be just a big pillar of stuff with a tree on top of it, a bunch of roots coming down. And probably, given how long it would have taken an Aztec society to carve this all out, not that anything I've built looks at all Aztec, this probably would have taken on a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? As it came further and further down with this giant tree in the middle, it probably would have taken, like, wow, multiple generations have been looking at this tree while our descendants hacked the stone out. We'll have, maybe a couple banners, some things that look like offerings, kind of peppered all the way down. And we get down here. I'm not sure what to do with the base, but that's still quite a ways off. I'm trying to get some good looks at this. I've got a little bit of light left. Dang slime chunks. Let's get really far away. Oh wow, this server is just chugging. The way that ender ball flew. There, I didn't quite make it. Go up this way. Up to here. Some of the untouched jungle over there. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. I probably should have built some ladders out here. Or at least something where I can get all the way up and see what's going on in there. Let's, what have we got? Fortune, I got silk touch on my axe. My spade here, I should be able to there. Nothing like a little bit of tree parkour to wake up in the morning. And then like that. Please land on top of this tree. Please. Thank you. There. Yeah, it's gonna take a bit of work to really blend it into everything. Like maybe I'll have some cracks or something like that come out, or I don't know. I'll think of something. I've got a ways to go. I have to clear my head before I head back to the mob farm, and I think this is going to be the best way to do it. Hopefully I'll figure out my whole consistency issue, and it won't take quite as long to do anything. But I will see you in the future.